Hey guys, what's up? I know it's been almost another month since I've uploaded anything, but I'm finally getting back into the swing of things. I know everything's kind of a mess, but I'm going to be expanding again, kind of. I'm going to take 1x4s like this, and I'm going to cut them into like 6-inch blocks and put them here and here and here, and then screw a 1x4 along the front to make this about 6 inches long, deeper. There'll be a little triangle here, kind of like this. There'll be a triangle here that matches up to the left-handed switch. I'm going to have a left-handed switch here, and that way I can get some more tracks in the Altoona Works. The Altoona Shops building is going to stay there. I'm probably going to add 6 inches to the back here, maybe less. I'm not sure yet. That'll allow me to make Altoona Works a little bit wider. These two tracks will take up the new area, and then I'll have all this room for maybe engine ready track where I can just store some engines, or maybe another siding or two for like scrap. So that's what I'm doing there for that part. I'm extending it and redoing part of the track. I think these probably won't be here because there's not really enough room. I think I'm going to get a roundhouse finally for the turntable. It's going to go back there. There's definitely enough room for a 2-stall roundhouse, so I can always kit bash it. What I'm going to do is from here to the wall is 5 feet, and my radius is usually 22 inches and 20. So if you do the math, it's about 4 feet, give or take a couple inches. So I can pull these two tracks in, and they'll be right around here. By pulling them in, that gives me more room for the roundhouse, and I could maybe even have a 3-stall roundhouse. And I don't think it'll look too bad having a roundhouse there, and then as I almost knock everything over, and then the main lines come behind it. I think that would kind of cool. So Altoona Works will get expanded. That'll allow me to put in some more, or another siding or two for more switching. This is going to get redone, the Altoona Works area. I'm going to probably bring it along the front more. I might take the one track down along the back and put a coal, what do you want to call it? Like a coal depot, or for the public to buy coal. So you drop off coal cars, and I'd use that building way over there. I have the rest of the lights off just because this is the only area I'm really focusing the video on. I will probably keep this part similar, a track parallel to the main line for maybe scrap, or the tank cars full of oil for the public to buy, or I might move that brick building down. The other thing I want to do is somewhere I have, oh, here we go. I have, if you can see, a couple short covered hoppers that would be used for using cement. So I was thinking I might make this one of these areas for cement. So like what I would do is, it wouldn't be a cement plant, it would be where cement gets bagged. So the covered hoppers would come into the yard, and then you'd run them over to whatever building I have. And then when the box cars come in, like the way I have this set up, the way my car cards are set up, if box cars come in and they say, okay, cement plant, or the cement bagging facility, you bring in the box cars, you pull out the covered hoppers, and they'll go back to wherever they were to get loaded, and the box cars will sit there and get loaded, because there's got to be over a dozen 40-foot PRR box cars on model train stuff that I don't have. So I was going to buy them, and then there's like half a dozen PRR gondolas that are supposed to come in stock soon, I think. Who knows with the coronavirus, how long that'll take to get stuff in. But then that way I can use more gondolas. I'm also thinking about maybe pulling this building down a little bit, maybe even putting in a switch so I can store more gondolas there. That's the Altoona Pipe and Steel building. But that pretty much does it for this video. I have done a little bit more work on the mountain on the backside, just starting with putting down like cardboard. I use like cardboard to eat up space, and then crumpled paper to kind of make the mountain. But there's really nothing to see there yet because I didn't put any plaster cloth down. So I'm redoing the Altoona Works area just to review. I'm probably going to take a track along the back for the coal tower. I'm going to put in at least a 2-stall roundhouse because I measured a 2-stall roundhouse just barely fit. I don't think it'll look too bad. I got to figure out what I want to do with the water tower and the coaling tower for the steamers. I don't really know where I want to put them yet. I could put them in the new area. When I add the extension, I'll have more room. The caboose track is probably going to stay here. I don't know where else I would put it. And I got to work on the turntable more. But that just about does it for this video. So hopefully the next video will be this extension done. I probably won't have the track done, but at least the extension done and the track plan kind of laid out. And the Altoona Works area might be redone. That might take me a while to decide how I want to do it. Oh, and if you notice, Glitz Tunnel started. So you got the 2 single tunnel portals on this side. There's a double on that side because I just don't have enough room to have 2 singles the way it would have been. And then you can see we got the foam roof for it, so when I do plaster cloth, I don't get plaster all over it. And the front is empty because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put plaster cloth over it, and if there's ever a derailment in there, I can just cut a hole in the scenery in the plaster cloth and reach something if I really have to. I don't think I will because that's never really happened, but at least that way I don't have to cut through foam to fix something. And then the upper level here, this is Crescent. I don't think that turntable is going there at all in the roundhouse. It's just sitting there. But I want to have something here, like maybe an area for the helper engines to refuel, because I do want to have helper engines. I've run some helper engines. Actually, that engine there, 2268, is synced up really good with a lot of the helper engines, or a lot of the consist. So what will eventually happen is a train will come around from lower staging around the layout, pull in, a helper engine will come out of the yard here, hook on to the back end, and then go up to the upper level, and they'll uncouple there and go back down while the train goes into staging. And then same thing with staging. I might actually store a helper engine down there at the end at the tail because they have enough room, and then a helper can attach and then help the train down the curve, because it actually helps for braking, because a lot of these cars kind of push the engines down the grade. But that's what I plan on doing. I also might do a roster of all my locomotives and freight cars at some point. I might wait till I get more box cars and gondolas, but it'll be kind of neat to show everything I have, because I don't think I've ever really done that. But until then, I'll see you guys later.